Alright guys, so today we are returning to the Rally Miata to fix something with a supercharger. As many of you know, the car has an issue with rev hang. You're sitting there driving, accelerating, you go to shift, and the revs just stay there. They don't drop like they're supposed to. And that's a problem because then when you put it into the next gear, you have to wait like 2 or 3 seconds until the revs drop to put in, or to release the clutch if you want a smoother shift. It's not really a huge issue, it's just kind of annoying. It doesn't help the drivability of the car at all. So today we are going to fix it. Sadly, it's not a very easy fix. There's a couple things we have to do, but it's gonna be really fun and the finished product is gonna be awesome. In order to supercharge this thing, we moved the throttle body. It was originally here, and we moved it all the way up to the front of the supercharger. And that's pretty much the easiest way to get the supercharger to work. But the problem is that since I added an intercooler, which this kit does not originally come with an intercooler, there's a ton of volume right here in between the throttle body and the engine. So pretty much what is happening is when I'm going to shift and the throttle closes, there's still all this air that wants to go into the engine, which keeps the revs up. A lot of you guys told me about this issue when I installed the intercooler. I was hoping we were going to be able to tune it out, and you kinda can. You can make it much better with tuning, but you're never gonna be able to get rid of it 100%. The other problem I find with the throttle body way up there is that the throttle response isn't great because you blip the throttle and the air has to go through the supercharger, through the intercooler, and into the engine. So in order to fix the problem with the rev hang and the throttle response, we're gonna move the throttle body to its original position right there. And in order to make that work, we're going to have to add a blow-off valve somewhere on the 2 charge pipes. Because when we're driving around, all the compressed air has to have somewhere to go when the throttle body closes. And it doesn't want to go back into the supercharger because that damages things. So the only place it can go is out through a blow-off valve. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add a blow-off valve and move the throttle body back to the stock location. It's gonna be really awesome because it's gonna make the supercharger whine louder, hopefully, because the throttle body is not in the way of anything. And we're also gonna get some blow-off noises. So it's gonna be a weird, confusing mixture of supercharger whine and blow-off. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna try to do this without taking the supercharger off because I don't feel like doing that. So let's get started, boys. Fuck me. Alright, so we got both the throttle bodies off. We have to swap over the idle speed stuff onto the real one and the block off plate onto the fake one. We already did all this, so I'm not going to show it. Dummy throttle body is on the supercharger, and we're ready to start putting stuff back together.
What the fuck?
You just destroyed that.
Oh my god.
That's not how you cook a freaking hot dog.
It was going good, I swear.
Oh, buddy. That's why. It's because due to the fact that the throttle body is over there, the bypass valve is always closed, so it's always making boost. So right now, it makes boost. We got our hose ran for our bypass valve for the supercharger. It connects to the intake manifold right there. It's also teed off to run right here, which will connect to the blow-off valve. So this right here is the blow-off valve that we are not using. This is actually the one off the Turbo Miata. I bought a TurboSmart compact blow-off valve. For this car, this is also a TurboSmart compact blow-off valve. The only difference is that this one is a 34 millimeter. The one I'm buying is a 25 millimeter, a little bit smaller, and yeah, that's the only difference. But we'll be able to test fit it and figure out where we want to put the blow-off valve and get the hole drilled and stuff. So when we get the other blow-off valve, we can put it on. Of course, I decided to buy my blow-off valve from Gingium Racing, which is in Florida, which just got devastated by a hurricane. So who knows when that's gonna arrive, you know? That's just great. So we're gonna go ahead and figure out where we want to put our blow-off valve. Originally, I was gonna put it onto here, but the problem is that the air intake temperature sensor is right there, which kind of blocks the only decent place. So I think we're gonna put it somewhere like right there, right after the supercharger. Yep. Got a rough little hole that we have to cut out. Ah, hot aluminum in my face. Sadly, that's all we can do with the blow-off valve for today. We have to wait for the blow-off valve itself to arrive and for the rest of the materials to weld up this flange to arrive. So, come on, Juku, you can do it. But in the meantime, we've got some interior stuff I'm gonna install, so let's do that. I got rid of the metal door cards. I know a lot of you guys like the metal door cards, but I was getting kind of sick of them. The thing is that, number one, they're kind of rattly while you're driving around. Number two, they're not very comfortable. They didn't have the armrest, and it wasn't leather. I don't know. These are just so much nicer, more comfortable, more dailyable. And now I've got an armrest. So yeah, these obviously aren't the ones that I had. I picked up some clean black ones from a guy. There we go, back to stock door cards. I'm really happy with it. So we said goodbye to the stock gauges here and said hello to some nice Airbird gauges from Rev Limiter. These ones are supposed to look like an old airplane, and that matches the horn button. So we got like an old war theme going on here, and that's kind of what the theme of the car is too. Yeah, these gauges are really sick. I like them. Gonna be awesome. So as you guys saw there, once we hooked up the bypass valve to the correct location, this thing runs and idles and starts like a dream. So much better than it was before, actually. And the supercharger sounds so good, it's so loud. The reason the supercharger is so loud now is because there's no throttle body here. So the supercharger isn't under vacuum and there's nothing there to muffle the sound. So it's so much louder. I don't know if it will be much louder under full throttle, but at idle, it definitely is louder. So that's really sweet. Also, Gingium got a haircut. Sadly, we can't do anything more today because we have to wait for the correct blow-off valve to get here and for the flange to get here to weld on. All we really have to do is to weld on the flange to this, bolt up our blow-off valve, hook it up, and then hopefully it's all good. I don't know, the tune might have to be tweaked a little bit, but it should mostly be fine. Good enough for me to, you know, boost it around. I can't tell you like how happy I am having stock door cards back. It's just like so much more comfortable in here. Like, ugh. They got a new wheel, which I'm not thrilled about. I don't think the yellow stitching is the greatest thing. I think I'll get a gray one instead, but ignoring that for now, it feels really nice. It's got a really nice horn button. And them gauges, dude, oh, it's so sick. So the interior is a lot nicer to be in now, too, which I'm really happy about. And let me tell you, these door cards, okay, I'm gonna stop talking about the door cards. I like them too much. They're so good. Stock door cards are the way to go. But yeah, that's it for this car for today. I got this awesome freaking package in the mail. I'm hoping it's a big flag or something for the shop. Let's open it. It's a dude riding, what? You guys can't see the entire thing, but it's a dude riding a jet ski. Pretty cool. So I need to hang it up somewhere. Where do I hang it up? As many of you guys know, we have a little empty lot across the street from the shop, and we've been given the go-ahead from the landlord to make it a literal rally course and have like actual rally events here. Is this like the back straight right here? Made the course by running over all the wildlife. But you can see like the corner right here. It's gonna be really fun. Van's out there ripping it.
I got like, after start line is basically right here about, right?
Yep.
All right.
Pretty good.
Yeah, this is the official start marker right here.
Wonderful start
High
marker.
class. Go!
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, he hit it again. You got the time going over here?
Yeah. And
55 seconds.
55.
So yeah, that's the rally course thing that we're setting up in our backyard. Hopefully it becomes an actual thing, and then we can actually have like a real event here. It'd be so cool.